Hello, and welcome to our channel Movie Vibes. Today I'm going to explain episode 1 of a new original series called Moon Knight, which is currently available on Disney+. Spoilers follow. Watch out and take care. The first episode of Moon Knight opens with a morning scene of Arthur Harrow getting ready. By showing the religious zealot ritualistically laying out a towel, filling a half-empty glass of water, creating a zen-like hum by rubbing a wet finger around the rim, drinking the water, then smashing the glass within the rolled-up towel with his ceremonial cane and distributing the broken shards of glass into his sandals. The scene sets the tone for who Harrow is. Harrow stands and goes out of his temple lair, the glass likely piercing his feet, despite the discomfort. The track shifts to a man named Stephen Grant Oscar Isaac in London after the sequence introducing Harrow. Stephen is tied into bed by the ankle when he wakes up. He feeds his one-fin fish Gus, removes a strip of tape off his door, and calls his mom as part of his morning routine. This beginning is left beautifully vague as to whether Stephen or Mark is first in charge here, with repeat watching. Stephen is clearly tired on his wait work at the museum gift shop. His employer Donna doesn't seem to like him, but he's managed to score a steak dinner date with the gorgeous store guy Dylan, a date Stephen doesn't remember scheduling. Stephen, while working at the gift shop, appears to know a lot about Egyptian history, even points out a mistake on a promotional poster that the museum prepared. Stephen leads a lonely, solitary life outside of work, barely visible to anyone, and spending his nights conversing with a street performer dressed as a statue. His bedtime ritual includes pouring sand all over his bed, locking himself in an ankle strap, playing with a Rubik's Cube, and listening to self-help tapes, which is just as bizarre as his morning routine. The bottom line is that Stephen despises sleeping. However, he will eventually succumb to sleep deprivation. Stephen Grant awakens in the middle of a field outside a quaint European village, his face all kinds of busted up, when he finally falls asleep. Turns out, Stephen had just intervened in an attempt by Harrow's forces to steal a scarab totem, forcing Stephen to attempt to flee by jumping out the window. As Stephen tries to figure out what's going on, he is contacted by a strange commanding voice Khonshu, who orders him to return the body to Mark. With a gunman on his tail, Stephen sneaks into a nearby village, confused and terrified. Stephen tries to blend in with Harrow's worshippers, but the cult leader quickly spots him and reveals that he does, in fact, possess mystical powers of insight and life or death judgment, which he has sworn to the service of the Egyptian goddess Ammit. Harrow appears to recognize Stephen Mark as a mercenary and tries to persuade him to return the scarab, which Khonshu forbids Stephen from doing. Harrow loses patience and orders his forces to apprehend Stephen, who blacks out once more, only to waken all bloodied from their battle with Harrow's men. What follows is a thrilling chase sequence on foot and in cars, with Stephen blacking out and waking up with James Bond-like abilities. The scene ends with a landslide of logs flattening the road, only for Stephen's blackout and wake up in his bed, as is customary. When Stephen notices that his goldfish, Gus, has 2 fins instead of 1, he has to wonder why. Stephen discovers that he has been wasting a lot of time after visiting the local pet store. The store owner is yelling about a confrontational visit the day before. He calls Dylan only to find out that it's Sunday, which means the date ended horribly 2 days ago. When he gets home, Stephen discovers a hidden panel in his apartment's wall. Stephen discovers a cell phone and a storage unit key in the hidden wall panel. He turns on the phone and discovers a woman named Layla who has been trying to contact Mark for months. But it gets weirder. Making contact with Layla sets off a chain reaction, with Stephen's own reflection talking back to him, and a terrifying entity Khonshu appearing in front of him like something out of a horror film. Stephen's job provides little respite. Harrow is waiting for him, completely surprised that Stephen is actually a gift shop employee, a reference to Stephen Grant being a simple alias in the comics. With the story of Ammit and teasing his knowledge of Stephen's condition, Harrow tries to recruit Stephen Mark. Stephen confronts Harrow's verdict and discovers chaos within him, prompting the villain to let him go, at least for the time being. Despite Harrow's release of Stephen learns to his horror that Harrow has released a dog-like mystical beast into the museum after hours to attack him. Stephen is forced to seek refuge in the museum bathroom as a result of the violent confrontation. Stephen is approached by Mark in front of the mirrors, who begs to be put under control. Mark releases Moon Knight after Stephen relinquishes control. Moon Knight pounding the jackal beast to a pulp on the bathroom floor is the episode's final shot. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please let me know in the comments section below. Also, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our upcoming movie recaps.